Hello and welcome to this lecture on marketing management. In this lecture, we are going to speak about CRM, which means customer relationship management, and we are going to see the related concepts. So, let me start the lecture by introducing the concept of CRM, and from here on we will build the examples and we will see how the concept goes around. Let me change the slide now and let us try to understand what CRM means. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So, it is extremely important in today's business to manage the relationships of customers, and CRM is a utility. CRM is a software based tool which offers the facility to manage relationships with customers. So, let me define CRM for everyone. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it is a technology used to manage interactions with customers and potential customers. So, fundamentally CRM is used for managing the relationships and the interactions with the customers and the potential customers who would be the would-be customers. A CRM system helps organizations build customer relationships and streamline processes. So, it not only helps the customer to build relationships, but it also helps the customers to streamline the internal processes. The organization can use CRM for streamlining processes. Now, by streamlining processes, we mean by aligning the processes to the objectives of the business and by making the processes more efficient, lean and more profitable. So, CRM also helps the organizations in making their processes more profitable and streamlined, so that they can increase the sales, improve customer service and increase profitability. So, CRM has got multiple objectives, and the organizations can use CRM for achieving multiple objectives like increasing the sales, increasing the productivity, streamlining the business processes and ultimately to achieve higher profit growth. So, this is the definition as well as the introduction of CRM. Now, let us proceed to understand how exactly can we define customer relationship management. So, as we can make out from the first slide, it is written that customer relationship management is a strategy for managing all the company's relationships and interactions with the customers and potential customers. So, a company is always in need of customers, and in a market the company interacts with the present customers as well as the potential customers, and both the types of interactions are extremely important. The interactions with the customers, the existing customers, are important in order to help them resolve their issues. The interaction with the potential customers are important because the company has to make customers from amongst the potential customers. And while using CRM, the company does the interactions in such a manner that these interactions are recorded in the company database and then they can later be referred to. So, without a CRM, it would be very difficult for the company to deal with so many interactions which are happening with the customers and potential customers. But with a CRM software in place, it becomes easy for the company, because these interactions are recorded and they can be later referred to by the company. So, it helps the company to improve its profitability. So, profitability comes from good sales. Good sales are generated by good revenue. Revenues come from productivity and customer satisfaction. So, in a way, CRM improves profitability by improving sales, by giving the company better revenue, and this happens through improved productivity and greater consumer satisfaction. So, if the company through the use of CRM is able to solve the customer issues quickly, is able to interact with the customers effectively and is able to take feedback from the customers, so this in turn is going to impact its productivity positively. When the customers would be satisfied, they would be purchasing the product or the services of the company again and again. So, this would improve their loyalty as well as the company revenue growth, and improved revenue growth will ultimately lead to higher profits. Second point here emphasizes that when people talk about CRM, they are usually referring to a CRM system. So, when we refer to as CRM, it is basically a tech based system. So, it is a technology based software system to be precise. So, we should consider CRM as a technology based software system. It is a tool which helps with contact management. So, these are the areas in which CRM is helping the companies. It is helping them with the contact management, the sales management, workflow processes and productivity and more. So, contact management, workflow streamlining or workflow processes as well as sales management, all these are the functional areas where CRM is helping companies to a very large extent. Now, after defining the CRM, let us talk about what CRM can do, what CRM enables. So, customer relationship management enables the company to focus on organizations' relationships with so many entities. So, the company can manage its relationships first of all with existing customers. Now, as you know, their existing customers are extremely important for the company because they are the ones who are using the products and services of the company, and it is important for the company to stay in touch with the consumer and to resolve any query or any issue which is raised by the consumer. So, CRM software will help the company to stay in touch with the consumers and to solve their queries, or if they have any issues, or in case there are any complaints. And these would be done through proper interactions, and the interactions that the company would be having with the customers, those interactions would be saved in the company database and then later on they can be referred to. So, at any given point of time, it can be precisely told as to how many interactions does the customer has already done with the company, or what are the different complaints which are still existing, which of the complaints have been resolved. So, all these things can be easily retrieved from the database using the CRM software. Now, the relationships with service users can also be managed through CRM software, and not only service users, CRM can help the company to maintain relationship and interactions among the colleagues. So, interdepartmental communication as well as intra-departmental communication can also take place. So, intra and interdepartmental communication can also be done using a CRM software. So, suppose the HR department is in need of some data, and that data has to be taken from the sales and marketing department or some other department. So, using a CRM software, there can be a centralized database wherein the data is fed and the HR department can retrieve the data that it particularly wants. So, this kind of a functionality also is offered by customer relationship management software. So, it facilitates the intra as well as the interdepartmental communication. CRM also helps the company to interact with its suppliers. So, there can be a supplier management system in CRM. So, in the supplier management system, the interactions between the company and its suppliers are stored, and the company can at any given point of time retrieve the information from the database and check as to what interactions it had with a particular supplier. So, this kind of a facility has been given by CRM software, and then it is a well known fact that CRM is not just for sales. So, there is a myth around CRM that CRM is just for the sales. No, it is not just for the sales. It can help the company and it can facilitate the company in interacting with so many other parties as well, and it is an extremely useful tool in nowadays. Why? Because there are a number of consumers in the market, and it is not easy for the company to manually maintain the record of the interactions with the consumers. It is not easy for the company to streamline the workflow manually and to maintain the record of the customer interactions as well as the inter-office interactions and the interactions with suppliers, etc. So, the business processes are becoming extremely complex, and the size of the data with the company is increasing with each passing year. So, when the size of the data is increasing and interactions are becoming extremely complex, it is not manageable manually to manage such huge amount of data. So, in order to manage huge amounts of data, such CRM systems have evolved, which are very useful, and over the period of time they have been proved very profitable for the company, and there have been instances where these CRM systems have given considerable profits to the company and have also helped to reduce the overall costs. So, these were the certain points in which we saw that what the CRM system can enable for the organization. Now, let me take you to the next slide as to how the companies can gain from CRM. So, if the companies have to focus on the gains or the profits from the CRM, so they will have to focus on productivity. So, some of the biggest profits in productivity can come from moving beyond CRM as a sales and marketing tool. So, like we discussed that in general organizations are under the impression that CRM is only a sales and marketing tool or CRM is only a sales automation tool. So, the companies should start thinking beyond this, and it should not be considered only as a sales and marketing tool, but it should be considered as a system which brings many parties together and a system that helps the organization in maintaining the record of the interactions as well as the issues that it encountered with many parties at a time, and it also facilitates the communication process, it facilitates the information retrieval process and so on. So, if an organization has to benefit from CRM, and if the organization is aiming to claim a lot of benefit, then it should move beyond thinking about CRM as only a sales and marketing tool. Rather, what it should do is it should be embedding CRM in its business from the HR to the customer services and supply chain management. So, if the organization is aiming to profit from CRM and profit in a big way, then CRM should be included as an integral part of the business processes. It should be taken into each and every activity, and every activity should go through the CRM, and if that happens, then in the longer run we will see that even the costs will come down and profitability will gradually increase. So, the need is to embed CRM in its business processes. So, the different business processes can be the HR process, the customer service process, and there can be supply chain process. So, all these processes need to go through the CRM, and processes should not bypass the CRM, and CRM should be the it should be used as a strategic tool rather than only as a sales and marketing tool. So, the companies or the organizations need to take a big picture, and then they should follow the big picture in mind and use CRM as a strategic tool through which all the business processes of the company should pass. So, therefore, CRM can be made a part of the business processes of the company in order to maximize the returns from investment. Because CRM is so useful, so there is also a cost. So, it's an investment, and the companies should make this investment with an aim to maximize the returns on the investment. Now, those returns can be maximized only when the business processes are allowed to pass through the CRM and when it is made as an integral part of the company's business strategy. So, companies should develop the habit of thinking about CRM more beyond just a sales and marketing tool. So, that is the key, and that is how the organizations can gain from customer relationship management. Now, there are certain benefits of using the CRM. So, the first benefit is improving productivity. Now, productivity is performing more in a given time. So, CRM enables the company to give more output in a certain time, and this can happen only when the processes of information retrieval and interactions, all those things are just a click away. So, CRM enables that. With CRM, all these informations can be retrieved from the centralized database, and these informations are just a click away, and this greatly improves the productivity. Apart from this, CRM helps the companies in improving the sales. So, because with improved productivity, high degree of customer satisfaction comes, and customer satisfaction is a key factor in ensuring good sales. So, with improved productivity, there would be an increase in customer satisfaction. With an increase in customer satisfaction, there would be increased sales, and customers are ultimately concerned with good service and timely resolution of their issues. So, using CRM, not only a company can resolve the issues of the customers timely, but it can also offer them better quality products and services. So, by this, even the sales of the organizations can go up. Then the third benefit that CRM offers is organized view of customers at one place. So, now since it is a software system, so in this software system the information is just one click away. So, the entire history of customer interaction is saved in the centralized database of the company, and every customer is issued an ID, and using that customer ID the interaction with the company can be retrieved on one go. So, all the information of the customer is preserved at one place, which is not possible if the information is preserved manually. So, when it is done on a software and a system like CRM is used for this purpose, it becomes extremely efficient. So, it gives a very organized view of the customers, and that information, the historical records are preserved, and those can be very easily retrieved by the concerned authorities. The next benefit that the CRM gives is accuracy in forecasting. Forecasting is one of the very important processes in which the company has to predict the demand that would be there in future. So, forecasting is about predicting the demand, let us say after 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. So, whatever the time frame is, it is extremely important for the companies to predict demand, or rather forecast, because forecasting has its own benefits. But the forecast is effective only if it is done accurately, and CRM systems help the company in making accurate forecasts. By making accurate forecasts, the companies are not only able to allocate their resources efficiently, but they are also able to save a lot of costs, and this cost saving results into higher profitability. So, when we say that CRM systems helps the companies in accurately forecasting demand, so this is directly connected somewhere with increased sales. So, an accurate forecast again leads to increased sales or increased profits rather. The next benefit that the CRM systems offer are better management of customer service. So, it is very obvious that when the customer data is available at a centralized place, and when it can be so easily retrieved, then customers can be given better service. So, the customer issues would be resolved quickly, and customer interactions would be done in a more effective manner, and with better customer service again the company would gain profitability. Last but not the least, CRM also contributes in reducing the cost in the longer run. So, while implementing the CRM systems, the companies might have to shell out money because it is an investment and a lot of systems are to be put in place. But in the longer run, it surely results in a lot of reduction in costs, and this cost reduction then improves profitability all the more. So, these were certain benefits which were offered by CRM. Now, we can imagine a life without CRM. So, it is so much a matter of fact these days, and every large organization is in some way or the other using CRM. So, if we imagine the life without CRM, it would be something like this. The important communications would be missing because there would be no electronic preservations of records. There would be no platform to capture important data. So, important data would be missing. The third step would be difficult to extract meaningful information. So, because there would be no data, because data would be missing, interactions would be missing. So, it would be very difficult to make out anything meaningful out of the data. This would decrease productivity. The decreased productivity would give rise to poor management of customer service and therefore decreased sales. So, ultimately all these negativities would come in if the organization is devoid of CRM, or if the organization is not using CRM or stops using CRM. So, it is a requirement of the day, and every organization should try to make it a part of their business strategy. Relationships marketing. Now, our next topic of the day apart from CRM was relationship marketing. So, in relationship marketing, now this is a facet of customer relationship management. So, it is a dimension of CRM. The relationship marketing is another facet of CRM. Relationship marketing focuses on customer loyalty. So, customer loyalty is the virtue by which the customer again and again repeatedly purchases the product and services of a particular company. And every company aims to develop loyal customers in the market, and every company dreams of creating a huge army of loyal customers, and that is what they aim for in the longer run. So, relationship marketing is a facet of CRM which focuses on customer loyalty and long term customers engagement rather than short term goals. So, this is a long term view of a customer relationship that is taken in relationship marketing, and relationship marketing stands in contrast to the transactional marketing. Now, the traditional transactional marketing focuses on a one time process of exchange. So, it is more like exchanging the products and services in return of money, but when we talk about relationship marketing takes a very long term view of things, and it is not a narrow or a short term approach. Transactional marketing on the other hand focuses on increasing the number of individual sales. So, relationship marketing is not focusing on increasing the individual sales, rather it is focusing on the long term engagement of the consumer and how the customer can be kept satisfied, and more sales and more profits can be generated by creating loyal consumers. Relationship marketing, the objectives. Now, relationship marketing has got three pronged objectives. The first objective, and that is the most important one, which says that it has an objective of creating strong and emotional customer connections. So, strong and emotional customer connections can be made only when the organization is having customers data, and when this data and all the interactions with the customers are kept in a robust form. And that is where CRM helps, because CRM has got the purpose of keeping the records of the transactions as well as the interactions with the customers, and this helps the company to reach out to their valuable customers and to make strong emotional as well as business relations with them. Then there is a second objective, that is free word of mouth promotion. Now, word of mouth, as we all know, is a kind of promotion in which the customers promote the brand or the company by themselves. So, the customers talk to each other, and in this manner the brand or the company gets promoted. So, word of mouth is absolutely free, and word of mouth is the best type of communication, the best type of let us say promotion, because in word of mouth things happen for themselves and the company does not have to make any kind of effort. So, the goal of relationship marketing is also to enable word of mouth promotion. Word of mouth promotion is called WOM, or it is also known as publicity. So, if any company or a brand is able to establish a WOM in the market or word of mouth, then things become very easy for it, because it lowers down the advertising cost, because people start speaking for the company or for the brand. So, that is also one of the aim of relationship marketing. And the third aim of relationship marketing is information from the customers that generate leads. So, leads are the potential customers, the data of the potential customers is called leads. So, lead generation is also one of the objectives with which relationship marketing works. So, these were the certain objectives of relationship marketing. Now, we come to relationship management, and we will talk about what relationship management means. So, relationship management is a strategy in which an organization maintains an ongoing level of engagement with its audience. So, any organization has got some customer base, and in relationship management, the relationship with the existing customers is managed, and the organization maintains an ongoing level of engagement. So, certain level of engagement is done with the audience which comprises of the customers of the organization. So, that is relationship management. Now, this management can occur between a business and its customers or between a business and other business. So, when this interaction occurs between a business and its customers, it is called B2C interaction, or rather B2C management. While when this interaction occurs between two businesses, it is called B2B management or B2C interaction. So, B2C and B2B are the two dimensions of relationship management. Relationship management aims to create a partnership between an organization and its patrons. Patrons are largely the customers of the organization because they patronize the organization. So, relationship management aims to create a partnership between an organization and its patrons instead of viewing the relationship as merely transactional. So, in all we observe that the company or the organization tries to move beyond transactional relationships, because the company or the organization knows that transactional relationships are not the ones on which it could depend for its success, while these are only the long term relationships on which it could depend for its success. So, these were the certain points about relationship management. Now, we are going to understand the relationship marketing versus relationship management. Now, let us try to understand the differences between relationship marketing and relationship management. So, I will read out the first point first. Relationship marketing is a sales and marketing method, while CRM concept refers to the software and processes used to manage the marketing methods. So, relationship management is more about the softwares and the processes, while relationship marketing is more about the methods of marketing. So, relationship marketing acts as at a conceptual level, while relationship management acts at the technological level. So, relationship management more is inclined towards the technology and the CRM software, etc., and the processes, while relationship marketing is a sales and marketing method. So, relationship marketing focuses on engaging the customer through emotional bonds and stronger bonds and long term engagement, while relationship management focuses on the softwares and the processes for managing the marketing methods. So, it focuses on collecting the data, distributing the data and things like that. The second point here says relationship marketing is implemented as a strategy. So, relationship marketing has got a conceptual dimension, it is implemented as a strategy and there are methods which are used. While what happens in relationship management is it includes the operational tasks that are done, and these operational tasks support the relationship marketing strategy. So, relationship marketing is a strategy, while relationship management is more of a more about technology that helps in the implementation of this strategy. Activities may include gathering the data about the customers, organizing and analyzing the data to create target customers profile. So, capturing the data, then categorizing the data and then analyzing it to make customer profiles, all these functions fall under relationship management, while relationship marketing is more strategic in nature. So, let us quickly sum up what we have studied in this lecture. So, we started with the meaning and the definition of the CRM, then we saw what CRM can enable, and then we came to how to gain from CRM. So, we saw that CRM has to be thought about in a larger context if the companies are to gain from it. Then we saw the various benefits that CRM offers, and then we also imagined the life beyond without CRM. We came to relationship marketing and relationship marketing objectives, then relationship management, and finally, the differences between relationship marketing and relationship management. So, with this I come to the end of this lecture, and thank you so much. For any queries you may reach out to my email ID, that is ashish.awasthi@imsec.ac.in. Thank you so much.